See, you and I, Sergio, we know something that this crowd doesn't know.
Open Bay, love that.
What happens when two of boxing's biggest stars unexpectedly cross paths at LAX Airport? The usual chaos of travel turned into a full-blown spectacle when Gervonta "Tank" Davis lost his cool and threw a punch at Terence Crawford. What started as just another ordinary day in one of the world's busiest airports quickly became the talk of the boxing world. The two champions brought their ongoing rivalry to a boiling point, but this time it wasn't in the ring. It's no secret that Gervonta Davis and Terence Crawford have had a tense relationship in the boxing world. They're not potential opponents in the ring just yet, but as two of the sport's biggest names, they've exchanged subtle jabs online. Their rivalry, driven by pride and ego, had been brewing for a while, but no one could have predicted things would escalate this way.
And we understand what Terence Crawford is all about.
Absolutely, man.
It's going to take...
In the departure lounge of LAX, witnesses say the tension was thick as soon as Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Terence Crawford ended up in the same area. The two were reportedly heading to different events. Tank was going to promote an upcoming fight, while Crawford was there to finalize a major endorsement deal. But instead of the usual airport chaos, this moment became the main event. This wasn't just some random scuffle at the airport. Tank and Crawford have a history of throwing insults at each other, and it's clear that the bad blood between them has been building up for a while. The tension finally reached a boiling point, and it all started with the Ring magazine issue. Tank's absence from the guest list wasn't some simple mistake. It was the spark that lit the fuse.
Guys aren't deviating from their plans.
Right hand from the dream on.
Terence Crawford has never been one to shy away from stirring things up, and he took full advantage of the situation to call out Gervonta "Tank" Davis. His words were sharp and direct, making sure to hit Tank where it hurt, and they caught the attention of everyone around. Crawford's comment didn't go unnoticed, and Gervonta "Tank" Davis, known for his fiery personality, quickly fired back online. He didn't waste any time responding to the jab, making sure everyone knew he wasn't backing down. The exchange only added fuel to their already intense rivalry, taking their tension to a whole new level and setting the stage for what would happen next at LAX. This wasn't just a small argument. It was the beginning of a major showdown waiting to unfold.
Staying in the southpaw stance. Crowd getting a little restless. This is going to be a tough fight.
Their rivalry goes beyond just words. The heated altercation at the airport quickly spread across the internet, with eyewitnesses describing a tense moment that escalated out of nowhere. What began as a standoff, with both men refusing to back down, quickly turned physical. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, visibly fired up, swung a punch at Terence Crawford. The punch reportedly hit Crawford's shoulder, but it was enough to send shockwaves through the airport terminal. The scuffle didn't last long, though, as airport security stepped in and separated the two fighters before things could escalate any further. As for Crawford, he seemed to keep his cool, but sources say it was clear he was irritated by the encounter. To understand how this all began, we need to rewind a bit. Tank, in his usual confident style, once claimed that if he moved up in weight, he could easily beat Crawford. For a fighter like Crawford, who has dominated multiple weight classes and holds the undisputed title at 147 pounds, that comment came off as disrespectful.
How does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look?
147? I tapped that chain. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he
ain't
is.
got no chance.
I already know he is.
Said no chance.
I got round 5.
You got round 6.
Every time he tries to cut off the ring.
The funny thing, though,
There it is right there.
Crawford quickly fired back, questioning Tank's level of competition and criticizing the quality of his resume. He made it clear that he didn't think Tank had faced the same caliber of fighters that he had in his career.
How you feel about that fight? Is it even possible at a catch weight?
Nah, ain't no catch weight. You come up to 47.
Not even entertaining a catch weight.
No, I'm not.
He's a champ though too, undefeated.
And what champ? Come on, man. Tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at.
All right,
I'll welcome him.
At the gala, Crawford threw a subtle jab about Tank not showing up, making it clear he saw himself as far above Tank. Tank quickly responded, bragging about his star power and the money he's made, but Crawford wasn't about to let Tank take the spotlight. He made sure to keep the attention on himself, not backing down from the challenge.
If Majumov can't land a jab, he can't get started.
I like the way that Majumov steps over.
This rivalry couldn't have come at a better time. Tank just announced that he's planning to retire after 2025, leaving him only 2 more years to cement his legacy in the sport. The clock is ticking and the pressure is on to make those final years count.
25 is at the next year. I'm out of it.
After our second fight. You're out of it?
Yeah,
Care to elaborate on that?
out of the sport.
After our second fight. Nah, no, I'm gonna win, bro.
Nah, I could tell you my fights.
With a fighter like Tank, fans are eager to see major matchups as he nears the end of his career. A fight with Terence Crawford would be the perfect way to wrap it all up. A thrilling showdown between 2 of boxing's greatest talents from different generations.
What trash?
What changed? What made you?
This shit trash, garbage.
If you got the opportunity to sign a prospect for GTD, who will be?
I'm out of it.
Gervonta, something should have happened during this time, because when I saw you at the Frank Martin press conference, it looked like you were like talks about retirement was not even discussed at this moment, and now it's something you keep on repeating. Is it just because obviously what you've done through boxing since you were a kid and everything?
Fed up with the
Where's Calvin Ford? Is Calvin Ford or Leonard Edelby? Usually they're around to.
You think you might be gaining love for it though? You never know. Like like say you got to walk today.
He gives Crawford any kinds of issues is movement, upper body movement, footwork, angles.
While Tank seems eager to make the fight happen, Crawford isn't fully convinced and he has his reasons for hesitating.
Gave a little prediction on the fight, talked about Errol has a metal shield and you have a glass shield, talked about the punch resistance. What do you think it takes to assess that?
Don't see.
Did he get it in the future? I mean, you came up from 35, right?
He ain't fighting no real guys at 47.
Everyone's talking about Errol fighting the winner of Canelo and Jamel. Did you ever do that? That's too much weight?
What? 168? I ain't want to do.
So you got Canelo winning then, right? Then definitely.
If he fighting at 168.
Terence "Bud" Crawford has nothing left to prove. He's already an undisputed champion in 2 weight classes and is widely regarded as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters alive. But Crawford didn't completely shut down the idea of the fight. He's open to it, if Tank is willing to move up to his weight class.
Gervonta Davis speaking about you. Is that ever a possible fight?
Yeah, if he want to dare to be great, he can be like all the other fighters that moving up 2 weight classes, daring to be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
You got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch him.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
He said I got a glass chin. Tell him to come and touch it.
At 147?
At 147. I make 147.
Ooh.
Oh, see, oh man,
you gonna have a pre-camp.
Then what the people gonna say? Oh, he's beating up on little guys.
I don't know.
Feign him. Hopefully you can catch him in one of those feints and counter him.
Before any talk of a fight with Crawford, Tank has to take care of business with his next opponent, Lamont Roach.
I promise you. Now I promise you, you better lead them home. You better lead the females home. On my mother, you better lead the females home and the kids. On my mother.
Yeah,
now watch this.
Now
watch.
They gonna be
now
there.
watch. Now watch.
What's different from 10 minutes ago?
You know how when they told you see how like I posed for Lomachenko, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like how he said like he was retired and things like that. I feel as though like we've been in it so long that we are getting tired of it. Like we've been beating our body up so long, but it be like situations like just now, like when he talking that spark the plug again.
Yeah, that's what all it takes for you. Is that all it takes? Just a little comment? Nah, but that's what I want though. I don't want you to fight me like you saying you're going out.
It always go like this. It always go like this.
Nah, what I'm saying, you just said you feel like you going out.
They go to sleep.
I don't want you to feel like you going.
About to say about my fight, people were going after the second round. I thought to myself, just calm down.
Lamont Roach is a skilled fighter with real talent, but let's be honest, this isn't the type of matchup fans were hoping for.
It's so easy when he fought Frank Martin.
Frank Martin was inexperienced and nervous. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be a different fight when I'm in there. He's going to be a different fighter when he's fighting me.
Hey, what's your game plan?
Whoop his ass. I'm always looking for a knockout. No matter what, I'm always prepared for 12 rounds. But I'm always looking for a knockout, and if I get the chance, I'm going to try to knock.
Tank Davis is a global superstar, one of boxing's biggest names. He has knockout power, sells out arenas, and knows how to make a statement. Lamont Roach, on the other hand, is a talented fighter but isn't as well known. For Tank, this fight feels more like a tune-up, just a way to stay active while he plans his next big move. Fans aren't exactly excited about this matchup, and it's easy to see why. If these are some of Tank's final years in boxing, they want to see him in high-stakes, legacy-defining fights against top-tier opponents.
I'm on Roach, but, you know, when you look at Shakur Stevenson, when you're looking at, you know, these other fighters that he should really be fighting, you know, he don't want to do them fights. He wants to retire.
Yeah.
So don't come and, but don't come and come at me and go, oh yeah, let's give it all, you know, very big bollocks and go, oh yeah, let's give him some stick and then make out like we won the fight. And then we send an offer over and then you fight for 15 million and yet you fight Lamont Roach. Don't do all that. Do you know what I mean?
It was a real offer. That was true then.
It was a real offer. We offered. I said, listen, you keep talking my promoter's going to get back to you in 48 hours. 50 minutes. Initial offer sent over. You know, but was it Unquail didn't let him out to play? His boss didn't let him out. That's it. So he wants to talk about 50 million. First offer.
There was room to negotiate.
Of course there was. But he's an idiot. I don't even know if he knows what negotiating.
And I was just about to say about my fight, people were going after the second round. I thought to myself, just calm.
Now, let's talk about the fight everyone is really excited about. Gervonta Tank Davis versus Terence Crawford. This isn't just another fight. It's an event. Imagine the build-up, the press conferences, the face-offs, and then Tank's explosive power going up against Crawford's technical brilliance. That's the kind of fight that fills stadiums and breaks pay-per-view records.
Thoughts on Tank saying he'd knock out Terence in 6 rounds? You think he was playing, trolling, what? Selling tickets to his new fight?
Was that like his tweets? Like he's
he said it on video. Huh? He said audio. He said it. He's like, if I tap that chin, you know he chinning.
Listen, Terence has already hired us for any of the little guy. Anybody 130, 26, 30, 35, you know, Gary Russell, Tank Davis, you cannot go to get to Terence Crawford without going through us. Rolly Romero, leave Earl Spence alone. You see what I'm saying? You come over here and you get that ass stepped into. You know what I mean? Leave them big guys alone. Stop trolling them, right? They're best 147 pounders in the world. And they're the best 140 pounders for a reason.
Here's the twist. Crawford hasn't agreed to the fight just yet. He set a condition. If Tank wants a shot at him, he first has to face Jaron Boots Ennis, one of the brightest young stars in boxing today.
Of a fighter
like Crawford. See, you and I, Sergio, we know something that this crowd does.
The tension between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jaron Boots Ennis had been building for months. It all started when Ennis took to social media calling out Tank for allegedly choosing easier opponents. Tank mostly ignored the criticism publicly, but behind the scenes, it was clear he wasn't happy with the disrespect. Ennis is young, hungry, and incredibly skilled. He has the potential to hand Tank his first loss.
Is Keyshawn ready based on this performance to take on Tank Davis, and how does that fight play out?
I feel like Keyshawn is ready to take on a guy like Tank. I think that Keyshawn is one of the most skillful fighters in the sport of boxing. I always told Keyshawn since a young kid he can fight. I just don't like to say the fact that he's running on media and not keeping a buck, saying that he was beating me up and Shakur had to like rile me up to spar him, because this make no sense. Shakur is a better boxer than Keyshawn. And if I'm in there doing millions of rounds with Shakur, what makes you think that Shakur has to hype me up to spar Keyshawn? Like, it's not, but it is what it is. You gotta hype yourself up. You gotta build yourself. I don't really try to pay too much mind to that. But like I said, Keyshawn is a great fighter. I always thought Keyshawn was a great fighter.
This Crawford is all about. Absolutely, man. It's gonna take some time.
Most professionals in the boxing world are backing Jaron Boots Ennis on this one, and that says a lot about the guy.
Your thoughts on that type of performance as a rising star in boxing?
Where you at, Tank? Where you at? Where you at, Tank? That's what was my thoughts. I mean, the call out too after the performance. Come on, man. Look, man. Keyshawn showed. Look, this is what I've been waiting on from Keyshawn, man. Keyshawn has been kind of hot and cold. He finally put it together, man. He got his mental right. His team is right. His skill is on fire, on point, man. And he did it under these circumstances and this pressure behind this crowd. Man, that dude is a star, bro. Seriously, man. All that weight on his back, bro. He put it down. He was even dealing with his brothers, man. His brothers, his sister singing the national anthem. It was a family affair, bro.
He said his sister had a car crash too prior to today too.
Fire, man. Newborn child as well, man. And he was able to manage all of this, man.
Let's be honest. One bad night in the ring could undo everything Tank Davis has worked for, especially with retirement on the horizon. Facing a dangerous fighter like Jaron Boots Ennis this late in his career is no ordinary fight. It's a high-stakes battle that could damage his nearly flawless legacy. Ennis has speed, power, and a style that could cause Tank real problems. He might just be Tank's toughest opponent yet.
Keyshawn, this new guy, he's 140 pounds. He's not bad.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Davis. That's him right there, isn't it?
Ooh, no, I thought he was.
Ooh, there you go right here.
Oh, yeah.
He's a young guy.
Nice combination.
He's quick.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's a harder puncher.
And,
I remember the crowd booing.
The right hand from a dream on.
This fight is going to be massive, much bigger than Tank versus Roach. If Tank gets past Lamont Roach, we're in for what could be the fight of the decade between him and Terence Crawford. That's all for today's video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments section, and stay tuned. We'll catch you in the next video.